So the Trump administration pushing back against a federal judge insisting that they have no duty to return the Maryland man who was deported last month in El Salvador's prison, saying in a court filing Sunday, quote, the federal courts have no authority to direct the executive branch to conduct foreign relations in a particular way or engage with a foreign sovereign in a given manner. This as President Trump is set to discuss deportations of criminal migrants with El Salvador's president today. Let's bring in Fox News legal analyst Gregg Jarrett. Greg, I was going through this filing yesterday. I mean, just brutal blows to the courts as well as the plaintiff here. Essentially tell them, try us. You really don't have the authority. The Supreme Court said that when it comes to diplomatic measures, that's all for the executive, right?
Oh, you're right, Lawrence. I mean, the Supreme Court said the Trump administration should make an effort to facilitate Garcia's release from custody in El Salvador. Now, that's very different than ordering his physical return to the United States. The difference in semantics is important, which is why the High Court was so critical of Judge Zinnes for using unclear language, told her you got to be more precise. And then at the same time, the justices gave her a basic law school tutorial reminding her, hey, the executive branch conducts foreign policy, not judges, not you, and you must give deference to that fundamental constitutional principle, which means all she can really do is order that Garcia's immigration status be changed so that he could conceivably be readmitted to the United States if and only if El Salvador chooses to release him. Other than that, you have no power, but she doesn't seem to get it. You know, Greg,
I did find it very troubling. I feel like the Supreme Court gave a gentle nudge to the judge to say, listen, the motion that you filed, you know, technically, this is not how it's supposed to be done. They said that in the documents, but the judge responded to the defendants in the case with this authority, it was almost arrogant after she got a talking to essentially from the Supreme Court. Am I missing something?
No, you nailed it, Lawrence. I mean, I was shocked. She not only sort of ignored the Supreme Court and defied the Supreme Court, but then she became even more strident.
Right.
And as I say, she doesn't seem to comprehend that she has no power over foreign policy, which is what the justices were trying to not so subtly explain to her. She has no jurisdiction over somebody held in a foreign country. Why? Because she has no power to tell a sovereign country what to do. Now, the U.S. can exert some diplomatic influence if it wants, but that's the sole province of the president, the chief executive, the State Department. She cannot legally order Trump officials to engage in diplomacy or some foreign incursion if she wants to go that far. So the bottom line is, you know, she can verbally upbraid the Justice Department, State Department, all she wants, but she cannot dictate foreign policy by judicial threats. And if she tries to hold Trump officials in contempt, I guarantee you it'll be quickly appealed, and I suspect she'll be slapped down for abusing her own authority.
I only got about 25 seconds, Greg. I guess the big question is, how does this end? Where does this go from? Will this land itself back in the Supreme Court where they have to do an even more stern order?
Yeah, you know, I think so. Judge Zinnes is typical of too many judges. You know, they put on a black robe, they sit on an elevated bench, they bang the gavel, and they think their power is limitless. And if she continues down this road in such an aggressive manner, I think the Supreme Court is going to have to step in and be more aggressive in telling her what she can and cannot do. So, collision course straight ahead.
I can't wait for it because she's not getting the message thus far. Greg, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Lawrence.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.